As legendary film critic Roger Ebert once says, the genius is not in how much Stanley Kubrick does in 2001: A Space Odyssey, but in how little. He reduces each scene to its essence and leaves it on the screen long enough for us to contemplate it and to inhabit it in our imaginations. The initial sequence in 2001: A Space Odyssey, Dawn of Man, is a good display of this idea about having to analyze the film to understand what Kubrick is trying to say. In this sequence, ideas about the nature and emotions of man are displayed. One thing that makes this sequence extraordinary is that it has no dialogue, so all ideas and emotions are being relayed to the audience via visuals and music. Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey demonstrates many ideas about human history, nature of man, and emotion through the use of visuals and music, and it is up to the audience to discover these ideas and to contemplate them in order to fully understand the film's messages. In the beginning of Dawn of Man, the group of apes led by their leader Moonwatcher is not far along the evolutionary timeline for humans. Kubrick demonstrates this by having the apes live amongst tapirs and only eating plants. The main group is confronted by the enemy group of apes. As you can see by the picture on the screen, it was very chaotic with a lot of yelling going on, showing the apes as being very aggressive in nature. After the first encounter at the watering hole is when the apes first discover the monolith. After the apes calm down, they all start to admire the monolith. The monolith starts the evolutionary process for apes. After the monolith scene, Moonwatcher is messing around with a pile of bones from a dead animal. Moonwatcher grabs one of the larger bones and starts to tap and lightly hit at the other bones, causing them to shift and flip around. This soon evolves into violent, destructive swinging at the bones. The scene cuts from many close-ups of the bones breaking and getting crushed. This is the moment when Moonwatcher realizes this bone can be used as a weapon. As Barry Grant from the book Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey new essay says, the human race's first technological step is by turning a bone into a tool for killing prey and a weapon for bludgeoning enemies. Kubrick is showing that humans have been violent in nature ever since our very beginning. This violent nature continues even more profoundly when the main group goes back to get the watering hole. To do this, Moonwatcher's group used their new bone weapons, killing a member of the enemy group. James Gilbert says the human discovery of tools was embedded in the development of warfare. In other words, man's progress was as much determined by destruction as by advance. What Kubrick shows with this scene is that war and violence within our own species is at our roots, and always has been since our very beginnings. This violence is what was needed in order to advance our species as a whole. Simply put by Susan White, Kubrick's hominids moved towards civilization by learning to kill efficiently.